Hey, sorry. There we go. Stop. Oh, there's the... The shadow making it a little tricky, but let's have a look at this dung beetle. A couple of things. First off, you might notice there's two dung beetles. There's the other one. Okay, now you've got the one that's pushing, the one that's really struggling there at the moment. Hey. Okay, you'll see just now. The one that's pushing is the male. And you'll see he's using his front two legs to push and his four back legs to sort of stabilize and control the ball with. Now the one that's sort of stuck to the ball or sitting on it, making herself part of it, is the female. And they're moving it along essentially. There's a whole lot of stories and interesting things about it. We'll over time tell you all the variations on it, but basically male makes the ball, the female lays the eggs inside, they bury it, the eggs hatch inside that ball, and they use that ball as a cocoon almost, where the larva then grows inside. Now the thing that made me think, or one of the things I was thinking of now that's quite interesting about it, there's a very well-known story that was set in these parts, in Kruger, in Pilgrim's Rest, more closer to the turn of the previous century, called Jocko the Bushveld. A couple of movies made about it. We spoke about it again last night, actually. One of the original movies about it was brilliantly made. But why I thought of that story is that in the early story, Jocko the Bushveld, which was written about this really amazing dog and his owner and their whole adventure and discovery of the low-veld areas, the areas we're in now, the early story of it, the book has got illustrations in it, almost like a field guide as well. It had certain bits of information about it. And in that story, on the early publications of the book, the dung beetle was pushing the ball using his front legs to control the ball and pushing with his back legs. And for those of you that might be keen book collectors, if you ever find a copy where you still have the pictures like that inside, immediate indication that it's a collector's item worth quite a lot of money actually. What we call Africana, the very old early history storybooks of Africa. In the later editions they corrected that picture to the correct way, where the male is using his back legs to push. And this guy getting a little bit stuck into the vegetation now, obviously much harder to push through that than it is along the road. Now the other thing as well is there must have been some kind of big herbivore not far from here, just sitting around. I can spot about 4 or 5 other dung beetles pushing things around. Either zebra or rhino, something that left a large amount of dung for them to use. Alright, well we're going to look a lot more at, we'll spend a lot more time looking at dung beetles over the next few weeks and months. Over time we'll tell you more interesting things. There's a lot of different sort of types of dung beetles, endocopterids and kleptocopterids, which I really enjoy. They're the different species of dung beetles that steal the balls from other dung beetles. But we'll talk more about those along the line. For the moment we're just going to roll down the road ourselves.